Well, hello there again. Basically, this time I am not going to do my American accent as I've done in a previous vlog, but it's just random again. I'm going to be doing many random things because I talk about all various types of things, basically. And in this one, I've actually had a little bit more lessons on basically burlesque. I asked Gracie basically, or mentioned to her about it, and she told me a little bit about burlesque, basically what it is, and I know a little bit more about it. Which is absolutely wonderful. I thought to myself, very interesting, very nice. It's very, I'm finding it interesting, basically, and it's something that maybe there is a good chance that I would basically get a show for me. Yeah, somebody might do one for me. You know who she is anyway, but yeah, it might do. So one day I would be like, I'm watching a burlesque show. Oh yes. That's something to be had. And also on the subject of stories, I do actually like to write sometimes, although I do believe I'm not the greatest writer in the world. I'm absolutely terrible. I mean, I think it's down to my grammar and sometimes, things like that, I'm not very good with that. And most people think that I could do better when I write a story. I mean, I wrote one, sometimes I've had friends, and what I do is I write a story. It's like 10 pages long, and then all of a sudden I show my friend, they read it, and they're like, I'll sort it out for you. And then it comes back to me, and it's like 2 pages, and I'm like, I don't really want 2 pages. It seems right to think there's 2 pages there, but it's like, but I don't want it to be condensed. I don't write stories that have got 10 pages only for somebody to say, this is how it should be written, I've thought it out for you, now it's only 2 pages. I'm thinking, and it doesn't seem like there's information missing, because it seems like all the information's there. I just don't look at it I've not really looked at it very properly to see where all the things have been. I guess it's because sometimes when I write a story, I'm always explaining things. I've got a few friends, and basically they say that I write essays. I know I'm terrible when it comes to writing. IMs and things like that, because some people are like, it's an IM, couple of words here and there, that kind of thing, and I'm like, no, I don't do that. Sometimes I explain things pretty well, somebody will say to me a question. Would only need a yes and no answer, or something simple like a 1-line answer, and I come along and it's like 5 lines, 10 lines. They're like, you really do write, don't you? Yeah, I do, because I just like to give the answers. I'm not going to sit there and write something and go, I'm not giving the answers. I am, but I'm giving you the answers that you want to hear, basically, that you probably don't want to hear, but you're going to hear anyway. And they're like, they have to read through it, because I like to explain things. It's easier said than done. I'm an explanation man sometimes when it comes to things, but it's a good way of doing that. It's no point just doing something and going with a 1-line answer or something like that. And so yeah, Gracie basically explained to me a little bit more about burlesque, and she said that I'm basically writing good. For whatever she's seen, basically, that I've sent her, she said my writing's very good. I actually write good stories, so, well, I'll take that as a compliment. I'm not always very good with them, but I know I do give my thanks. I'm just kind of thinking to myself, really? I write good stories? Well, there you go. So I'm going to carry on pressing on them anyway. I'm planning on writing a few more. Gracie knows all about what I will write about. And yeah, if people want to see some of my stories that I write, then you have to let me know. I'll be glad to do that personally with things like my holiday experience and things like that. Which I do have a lot of pictures. Yes, I didn't really take many, but my mum and dad, or my dad pretty much was like the chief the chief of taking pictures when it came to a holiday in Florida. In fact, it was a trip of a lifetime, basically. I've already, I think, spoken on here before about it, but the great thing about it that I didn't hate the holiday and I didn't like the holiday. I'm neutral. It was neither good, it was neither bad. There were some good things, there were some bad things, so I can't complain about it, and I can't really say it was the best. All I have to say to people is they can read my story about it, and then they can make up their mind to whether I liked it or not. And as for the pictures, my dad was snapping away basically because it was a holiday of a lifetime. There's no point going on a holiday for 2 weeks to Florida and coming back with like 30 pictures, because it's like, what's the point of that? So we took loads of pictures. We got well over something like 500. Well, it must be about 7. But I'm trying to think about 700 at least pictures. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of pictures. But it is, but you know, it's worth it anyway, because that's what you want to do. Pictures of all many things that happened to be seen when I went to America. And one of my favourite pictures was me standing outside FYE. Oh yes, FYE. I love it. FYE, which is like our HMV basically, so to speak. But yeah, so, and if people want to see the pictures of me from Florida, then sadly they have to go into my Facebook. You have to add me as a friend, and then they can get to see them, because I don't actually have them on my computer. I think I do, but I'm not sending all of them over to emails or anything like that, so it's better if people add me to Facebook, then they can see exactly all of my pictures, because I'm always snapping away at some point with a digital camera. So I've always got pictures to take of various things, and that's what I do. I post them all onto Facebook, basically. My privacy settings are always private, so only my friends can see them, but there you go, that's the way I always do it anyway. But there you go. And so yeah, I'm basically going to write a few more stories. And I'm thinking about other bits and pieces that basically can be in my mind, you know, ideas that I have, and I want Gracie to be involved, because some of these ideas are what we discussed anyway, and it's better that way. I want to do other things with other people, because there's no question about there's going to be things that other people like that I like, and we can sort of like work through that. There's no problem with that. It's just that some things that I'm going to learn, new things and things like that, you know, I've never done before, and I'm going to get to know these things, and that's where Gracie comes in, and possibly even other people who want to share that with me, basically. So, but I'll leave it there anyway. I'm going to carry on doing more blogs as and when I get round to it, so, and think about what I can talk about, you know. And I'll leave it there, so bye for now everybody. Keep watching.